Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Charlie McCormick, and I'm the president of Schreiner University. And on behalf of all the students, faculty, and staff at Schreiner, I welcome you to this 2020 Hill Country College Fund Kickoff, the virtual edition. This has been a year really of 1,000 differences, some of them good, many of them not so good. But here at Schreiner, we're committed to living into this moment, awkward though it is, in all the ways we can. And that's why we didn't want to simply cancel this event, but instead to reimagine how we might hold it in ways that would keep people safe and comfortable. Like you, we've been doing a lot of things virtually. A year ago, if you told me that you were all zoomed out, I wouldn't have known what you were talking about. Today, I understand it all too well. So in order to keep things interesting, we decided that for today's kickoff, we'd do a mix of pre-recorded material and live material. We hope that this experience will, if it's your first contact with the Hill Country College Fund, introduce you to the people of and the students who benefit from and our passion for the Hill Country College Fund. And if you've been involved for years, and some of you have, then I hope today serves as an opportunity for you to have your commitment to the Hill Country students reignited. As we begin, please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. It's been a strange fall semester on campus. There's just no getting around that. And all the more so because most of us have been attracted to Schreiner because it encourages and really even demands close personal relationships. We share meals together. We sit right next to each other at basketball games and in the chapel and at the recital hall. We pack into rooms for lectures or to discuss books. We live our lives being very, very present with each other. And that's much more difficult now. For example, we've created socially distant spaces on campus, and it can be hard to make out who someone is when a mask is covering half their face. But we're learning how to remain a community anyway. 8 months ago, every time I turned on my computer in the morning, something called Microsoft Teams loaded up. And it drove me crazy because as it loaded, it made me wait another 20 or 30 seconds before I could use my computer. How many times did I think to myself, I'm going to call our technology department and tell them to take Microsoft Teams off my computer because I never use it and I never will. And of course, today, I'm on the Teams platform the better part of every workday. And it's not the same thing as being in the room with other people, but it surprised me in some ways too. For example, we've had a staff awards event on the Teams platform, and we've had an employees going away party on the platform, and it's got this wonderful function called chat. And anyone who's part of the virtual event can communicate with individuals or with everyone through chat. And it's been extraordinary to see how our employees have been honored by their colleagues in the chat screen instead of just being recognized by the speaker. And it's been extraordinary to see how many kind wishes and blessings were given to our employee who was retiring, and how many of those wouldn't have been documented if we were all together in a room and there was a line to get to the person. Some of us would have said, I'll talk to him later, and never actually do it. Instead, there are all these beautiful comments that the individual gets to read and keep from the chat screen. And we're discovering new traditions and rituals that may very well stay with us even after we get a vaccine. For example, since the campus reopened to faculty, staff, and students, we've instituted a daily check-in process. You get your temperature taken at the gate, you're asked about COVID-related symptoms, you get your wristband for the day, which I'm wearing mine right here. You also get to be welcomed to campus by one of our security officers. The gate I've been assigned to enter campus through is worked by a security officer named Flo. And one of the great delights of my day is being greeted by Flo each morning when I arrive on campus. And I'm not alone in loving this. And so we've discussed the possibility of keeping a kiosk at the front of campus once the pandemic is over. Not to take people's temperature or to give them a wristband, but just to greet people, wave hello to them, and wish them a good day when they come onto campus. We want to hang on to radical hospitality when we get on the other side of all of this. So we're finding ways to create community, even though this virus has made this challenging. And we're here today because fundamentally the Hill Country College Fund is all about community too. It's a community coming together to support other members of that community. Casey and I have been donors to the Hill Country College Fund for over a decade now because we don't want to just live in the Hill Country. We want to be part of the Hill Country community. We want the relationships. We want to support our young people and older students in the achievement of their dreams and the dreams of this community. And we're delighted to do all of this with our friends, many of whom are on with us today on this virtual platform. And one of these days, I hope very soon, you'll be back on campus in the flesh and not just virtually. And do we have some wonderful surprises waiting for you? We've got the trailhead finished here on campus, and you'll be able to walk the new River Trail extension. And I think it's the most beautiful section of the River Trail, but I may be biased. You'll be able to walk the extension up onto campus and see the Trailhead Beer Garden and the new food truck and the performance stage and the games and the sand volleyball court and the fire pit surrounded by Adirondack chairs. It will be a destination that you'll want to bring visiting guests to experience. We also intend to have an open house for our new Shriner Institute, which takes its name from Shriner's early history and serves veterans and active duty military personnel, ROTC students, and those students attempting to earn an appointment to a military academy. It's both an homage to the university's past and a reflection of its current commitment to prepare students not just for a professional career, but for a life of purpose and service. And I hope many of you have already heard Dr. Don Frazier, the new director of the Texas Center on campus, give a talk, or perhaps you read about him in the newspaper. He makes Texas history come alive. And sit in on one of his lectures and you'll decide that the two of you are the oldest and best of friends. He combines that rare ability of being both an intellectual giant with being entirely accessible. And the Texas Center is a sight to see. It's part library, part art collection, part research institute, part offices for visiting scholars, part media production studio, part publishing house, and all Texas. So go to sleep excited tonight, because there are many moments of delight awaiting your return to campus. And first among all of these delights are the students of Shriner. They'll be sitting next to you at Dr. Frazier's talks, and you'll cheer for them at sporting events and band concerts. They'll be waiting on your table when you go out to eat. They'll be bagging your groceries at HEB. They are your neighbors. And what an extraordinary opportunity you have to help your neighbor through the Hill Country College Fund. Of course, something like the Hill Country College Fund is only possible because the army of people who make it happen and make it successful. And I'll ask Mark Tushak, a vice president here at Shriner, to introduce you to some of those people.
Good afternoon. This is so weird having a Hill Country College Fund kickoff without food and without being able to see y'all. I've been doing this for 19 years, and it's strange in this virtual world that we're living in. I'm Mark Tushak. I'm one of the vice presidents here at Shriner University, and I have been here for 19 years. I've been a product of the big schools, Texas State, UT Austin, and Texas A&M, and I came to Shriner because I believed in its mission. I'm one of the true believers in Shriner education. Almost 41 years ago, Karen Kilgore arrived at Shriner and had the brilliant idea of establishing the Hill Country College Fund. The Hill Country College Fund makes the dream of college education possible for local students. Unbelievable if you really think about it, how many volunteer enterprises and fundraising events have happened 41 consecutive years. Not many. In that time, millions of dollars have been raised and thousands of local students have received a Shriner education because of the support they receive from friends and neighbors through this Hill Country College Fund. Karen has announced she will retire at the end of May, so I want to take this time to recognize her for her grand vision that became the Hill Country College Fund and her exceptional work over the last 41 years to help make Schreiner the university it is today. I know if we were all face-to-face in person, there'd be a standing ovation right now. So Karen Kilgore, I give you a standing ovation. But we couldn't do this without volunteers. During my 35 years in development, volunteers have been the key to my success. On the first day on the job at the American Cancer Society in 1985, I was sent to attend a board meeting in Deep East, Texas. When I asked what I needed to do, I was told, "Don't worry, the volunteers will let you know what to do." 35 years later, I still rely on volunteers to make me look good. I am so grateful for the following volunteers who have agreed to take a leadership role in this year's Hill Country College Fund campaign. Our chair is my good friend, Janet McKinney. The Advanced Gifts Chair Division Leader is David Weekly, a member of our Board of Trustees. Our Business Division Leader is Greg Appel. Our Community Division Leader is Carolyn Northcutt. Our Business Division Co-Leader is Allison Boucher. Our University Division Leader focusing on staff is Adrian Wingard. Our University Division Leader focusing on faculty is Kristen McAlexander. And our immediate past chair is Ross Rommel. So thank you so much for these individuals who have agreed to take a leadership role in this year's Hill Country College Fund campaign. There are also 60 other volunteers working in each of the individual divisions. And I'm not going to read all the names, but I do want to recognize all 60 of you for taking the time and giving the effort and helping visit with your friends and neighbors and business associates to make this year's Hill Country College Fund campaign a success. Finally, I would like to thank Beth Johnson for her hard work and staff leadership in making the Hill Country College Fund the success it is and is going to be this year. This week, I was watching a documentary, Neat, the Story of Bourbon. Some of you won't be surprised that I was watching that, but some of you might be. It covered the history of whiskey and bourbon in the United States, the laws that govern, how it's made, the people involved. It looked at the technical side of making bourbon and the passions involved. One of the master distillers ended the film by saying, "It's not about how it's made, it's about the lives you touch and the people you meet." College education, especially at Schreiner, is not about the budgets, the books, the buildings. It's about walking with our students hand in hand so they'll be successful in their lives, however they choose to define success. It really is about the people we meet and the lives we touch. Thank you for being part of this enterprise we call Schreiner University and the Hill Country College Fund. I would now like to introduce Annie Wallace. This fall, we asked for recommendations for students to be involved in the kickoff today. Diana Camuzzi replied immediately. And if I were to channel her, I would be yelling, "Annie Wallace, OMG!" They would love her. I was told to do that by Beth Johnson. She's a sport management major, a sophomore softball player, and is amazing. Annie is involved in many groups and activities on campus and a prominent student leader. Among other things, Annie plays on our softball team, serves Student Activities Board, is a sophomore senator in the Student Government Association, and holds a leadership position in campus Greek life. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Annie Wallace.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Annie Wallace, and I am a sophomore here at Shiner University. I'm pursuing the major of sport management and a minor in marketing. Before I begin to tell you a little bit more about myself, I would like to thank all of those who have donated to the Hill Country College Fund. Your donations help to allow myself and my peers pursue a pathway in the higher education. I am extremely honored to have the opportunity to speak in front of all of you to share my Shriner experience and how the Hill Country College Fund helps me. I have lived in Boerne, Texas for my entire life. Over 18 years, I've seen so much change, but I have always loved living in a small town. This is one of the biggest reasons why I chose to come to Shriner University. The community aspect on our campus is unmatchable. The moment after my first visit on campus, I knew this would be my new home. I was also blessed to receive the offer of becoming a student athlete for the Shriner softball team. Sports have always been a very important part of my life, and my love for them helped to influence my major. In the future, I plan to use my degree to become a professional event planner for large sports organizations. I can confidently say that I am making the most out of my Shriner experience with all the helpful resources that we have on campus, from our lovely faculty and staff to all of our organizations. Going to a small school has allowed me to branch out into these different organizations, including the Student Activities Board, our Student Government Association, and the Shriner softball team, which is just listing a few. These organizations have helped me find new opportunities, practice my leadership skills, and most importantly, provide service that impacts the lives of those around me both on and off campus. Thank you once again for all your generous donations that you have contributed to the Shriner University. Because your donations, you are making it possible for students to follow their dreams and to make the world a better place with their accomplishments and their service. I would now like to introduce our Hill Country College Fund video for this year. Thank you.
My name is Chris Flores. I'm a freshman at Shriner University. Shriner is a very close-knit community where you get a lot of one-on-one time with your professors and everybody knows everybody. Having a work study in the Mountaineer Fitness Center is very important to me because I don't look at it as a job, it's just service to others where I get to like to give back to other people. I'm a non-traditional student that lives on campus. I live in the Oaks Apartments. It's a great chance for me because I live with a lot of older people. I'm not an early 18-year-old student. I'm a little bit of an older freshman. I do pay a portion out of my pocket for my education, but grants and scholarships that Shriner offers to students like myself that are local students, non-traditional, it definitely ensures my goal of achieving a higher education. With services like peer tutoring and supplemental instruction, with the assistance of your professors, meeting with you like a one-on-one definitely ensures people their education. Having a degree helps people achieve what they're trying to complete in life. My goal after school is to operate my own dual diagnosis treatment facility. Education is a big focus of mine. Being motivated at an older age for me definitely has me focused, where I'm able to contain and maintain a 4.0 right now.
Hi, I'm Miranda, and education to not even just me, but I'm sure to other students as well, it's a new opportunity. It's to grow, it's to finally becoming an adult, it's to have that dream career. The teachers and professors here, they care, and it's so odd and rare to see, but it's so wonderful all at the same time. I expected, like in the movies, when they're just like, okay, you have a 20-page paper due. Good luck. And because of the Hill Country College Fund discounts that happen with Shriner and my GI Bill, I have the luxury of not even having to work. I can put my whole time and effort into school and just hit it hard and get done with it, because the GI Bill can only pay for so much. And college education is obviously expensive, but with Shriner being a yellow ribbon school, it fills that gap that the GI Bill cannot cover, and I don't have to have a supplemental income. I only have one other person in my family that has a college degree, and it's not saying that they don't do well off for themselves, but I can help support my household. I can help support myself. Once I have my degree from Shriner, I would eventually like to do either emergency medicine or pediatrics at Peterson Medical Center, Fredericksburg, or even the VA here. Without Schreiner, I wouldn't have this opportunity to get another amazing career.
Well, this has been a very different type of semester at Schreiner University. We've been wearing masks. We've practiced social distance in our common areas, like in our classroom spaces and in our dining hall. And in fact, we've got classroom spaces that we never had as classroom spaces before. The ballrooms are being utilized, the chapel is being utilized, the recital hall is all being utilized for classroom spaces. We've also got one student to a room in each of our residence halls and apartments. And we're also doing daily screenings for symptoms and weekly surveillance testing from a sample of the campus community. While this has been a different type of semester for Schreiner generally, it's been a profoundly different semester for some of our students. Their plans for managing their college expenses have been wildly disrupted. In some cases, this was the result of the pandemic, and in other cases, it's just the uncertainty in the economy that's caused them and their family to have to rethink all of the plans that they've made. Now, we've been working with these students to help them remain on track to earn a degree, but this means that your support of the Hill Country College Fund is more important than ever this year. And for many students, this scholarship will be the very thing that enables them to continue and complete their education. So while this has been a different type of semester at Schreiner, there are some things that haven't and won't change this fall. And first among these is our intention to continue to champion relational learning. It's the reason why it was so important for us to reopen to in-person learning this fall semester. We believe that for some students, they will absolutely learn best in a context in which they are able to walk alongside faculty and staff and peers who understand their unique opportunities and their unique challenges. Another thing that will not change is our belief in the sign on our front gate, "Enter with hope." And it reminds us every day as we enter campus that every student has potential and promise, but you have to be eager to see it and ready to develop it. And another thing that won't change is our commitment to preparing Hill Country students not only for productive professional lives, but for their roles as Hill Country community members and leaders as they become our neighbors, as they take a seat on our pews at church, and as they begin to lead the organizations of our beloved Hill Country.
To the donors that donate for Schreiner University and its community, the students, it is greatly appreciated, more than words could ever describe.
Thank you, donors, for helping students be able to afford an education. Helping people with similar stories to mine allows people to learn that you must help people that you can understand. Motivates them to give back to others, and the blessings that are given to them ensures that they give blessings back.
Thank you for supporting our students. Thank you for supporting the Hill Country. And thank you for supporting the Hill Country College Fund. Schreiner prides itself on recruiting the grittiest and most resilient students in the nation. This isn't accidental, it's intentional. And our next student, a Hill Country student, reflects both of these qualities, in addition to his determination and his strong character. I'm delighted to introduce you to Schreiner University first-year student, Mr. Chris Flores.
Good afternoon and welcome to Schreiner University. I'm Chris Flores. I'm a psychology major and I'm completing my freshman year at Schreiner. Thank you to everyone for giving to the Hill Country College Fund. With your donations, you make it possible for students like me and many other local students to attend Schreiner, which allows us to complete our goals of obtaining a higher education. I'm very grateful and honored to have been given this opportunity to speak to you today and share more about myself and how the Hill Country College Fund helps me to achieve my goals. I stand before you as a person that has overcome physical health issues, mental health disruptions, childhood trauma, and homelessness. I am not defined by my past, but through my faith, it has allowed me to grow and become a productive member of the community. It does not matter what happens to you or where you come from, you can always learn and overcome obstacles. There's no mistakes in life, only lessons to be learned. However, they may be more severe in some cases. As a teenager, I moved around a lot, made some wrong decisions, and it helped me grow in my youth. The only thing that can outlive anything and everything is my faith. As a property manager in California, I suffered a head injury where I was in the hospital for 10 days with no memory. My goals and values, dreams have all been made possible by faith. Proper structure and accountability has taught me that we must appreciate the basics of life: food, water, and shelter. Every breath equals a second chance. Any obstacle is made for overcoming. My new vision is now my current full-time job as a shelter monitor for the Salvation Army here in Kerrville allows me to help people with addiction and mental health issues. My focus and motivation to help people like me allows me to be a positive role model, truly connect with those in need, and assist the community in a positive way. I would love to have my journey continued with the assistance of the Hill Country College Fund and be able to continue my path to success. I feel I would be a great addition to the community, so I could also one day donate to future students and pay back the blessings that I have been given. I love doing service work and helping people. My education allows me to better understand business ethics and gives me the ability to achieve a better understanding of psychology, especially based on the substance abuse and mental health issues people face today. I would like to thank Dr. Drieben in the psychology department, Professor Fant in the business department, Ms. Thompson and her great group of tutors, and especially Ms. Becker and Colby in the event center. Thank you to all the great professors and staff at Schreiner University, where students can truly feel at home with a close personal community and be able to help each other achieve a higher education. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you, Chris. Shortly after this year's Hill Country College Fund Chair, Janet McKinney, moved to Kerrville, she sought out volunteer opportunities in town. She approached Schreiner because she had worked with her alma mater, the University of Kansas, and just loved the collegiate environment. She quickly became connected with the Schreiner Former Student Association, and after many years of work with them, she sought out other opportunities on campus and continued her volunteer work with Career Services, Shriner's Capital Campaign, the Hill Country College Fund, and ultimately, she was asked to serve on the Schreiner Board of Trustees. Next year, she will begin her term of service as chair of Shriner's Board of Trustees. Janet believes in the transformative power of higher education and in supporting our Hill Country students. She sends you the following message of appreciation and ardent request for your continued support.
Good afternoon and welcome to this year's Hill Country College Fund Kickoff Celebration. I am Janet McKinney, proud volunteer and trustee at Schreiner University and chair of this year's campaign. Let me thank our community members, the Noon Rotary Group, and Schreiner faculty, staff, and students for attending this unprecedented and hopefully one-of-a-kind virtual luncheon. It is especially hard for someone who is an extrovert to be sitting here all alone, not greeting you in person. And it's also disappointing that we cannot offer you a real lunch. Fall is my favorite time of year in the Hill Country, and I'm speaking to you outside on the beautiful campus of Schreiner University. The reason I'm here is because I want you to see that students, faculty, and staff are all back on campus and full of hope and promise for a successful semester. It has been far too quiet for far too long. University officials worked hard over the summer to make sure the campus community could come back to a safe and healthy environment. You would be proud how diligent everyone has been in adhering to the safety protocols put in place. Surveillance testing continues on a regular basis for COVID-19, and presently there are no cases on campus. President McCormick said this recently: "I cannot be prouder of the way the campus community has stepped up to confront the challenge of this virus, and we remain positive about the future." The university is committed to a superior education for each and every student and works hard every day to ensure Schreiner is a school that instills pride in our community, the Hill Country, and in Texas. Having volunteered here in many capacities for 13 years, then serving as a trustee for the last 9, I can honestly say it is a special place. It's fun being on campus, working with staff, meeting students and faculty, attending commencement and other events with friends, colleagues, and other trustees. A couple of years ago, I was visiting with another trustee who has been in higher education all of her career and been on many a campus. She told me this: "The Schreiner campus is different. The minute you arrive, you feel the warmth and hospitality and can feel how much everyone cares." I too have experienced how kind and genuine people are on this campus, and how much staff and faculty care about the school, its legacy, and especially its students. This is why I'm chairing the Hill Country College Fund campaign this year. The fund's mission is to provide financial aid to need-based students from Kerr County and its 6 contiguous counties in order to prepare them for meaningful work and purposeful lives in a changing global society. There are many deserving students in our area who cannot afford to attend a quality institution such as Schreiner University. This year is one like never before, and it may present some students with unforeseen setbacks. That is why you now have the unique opportunity to remember with pride a special gift that will forever change a student's life. Many of you have given generously in the past to the Hill Country College Fund, and I want to thank you very much for your continued support. My husband Kent and I always make an annual donation to the Hill Country College Fund and hope you consider one as well. Together, we can make a difference and make sure more students in the Hill Country enter the university with hope and go on to graduate, leaving with achievement. We want to make it easy for you to make a donation, so at the end of our presentation, we will provide you with mail-in and online options, including contact and call-in information. Thank you.
Thank you for participating in our virtual 2020 Hill Country College Fund Kickoff. We so look forward to having all of you back on campus once campus is open again to visitors. Until then, know that we continue to cherish the opportunity to educate students from around the world and especially from throughout the Hill Country. Together through the Hill Country College Fund, we are changing the lives of individuals and families and making this Hill Country community that we love so much an even better place to call home. Be well, or as we say on campus, paws up, claws out. See you soon.